What if the fate of the next Lakers dynasty doesn't hinge on the talent we see night after night, but rather on the ticking clock of strategic timing and whispered alliances forming far from the bright lights of Staples Center? What if amid the thunderous cheers and crushed hopes lies a subtle chess match of deferred decisions, quiet loyalties, and a daring gamble that could redefine the very DNA of purple and gold for years to come? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truth meets purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this drama. Because right now, we stand at a crossroads drenched in tantalizing what-ifs and heavy with the weight of a franchise's destiny. The Lakers, forever chasing the ghosts of their storied past and the elusive peaks of glory, have laid a complex trap around cap space for the 2027 free agency, leaving behind a trail of stalled negotiations with Dorian Finney-Smith, a player whose significance last season felt like the steady heartbeat of a faltering team. This strategic patience hints at something far bigger, something shimmering just beneath the surface, a silent signal that the Lakers front office is eyeing a seismic shift on the horizon. According to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, the Lakers expect to make a bold splurge on a max free agent that summer, believing that the tides of fate may finally bring their savior. That's when, on July 8th, came a flash of hope piercing through the haze. Nikola Jokic, the enigmatic three-time NBA MVP, whose very essence alters any game he enters, told the Denver Nuggets he is delaying his contract extension until next summer. This is no ordinary pause. It's a calculated masterstroke on Jokic's part, paving the way to a longer deal, a fatter paycheck, potentially an extra year and $77 million more to his name, according to front office insider Bobby Marks. This delay isn't just financial maneuvering. It's a doorway cracked open for the Lakers to dream bigger than ever imagined. Jokic teaming up with none other than his close European NBA confidant, Luka Doncic, whose shock move from Dallas to the Lakers shook the basketball world just weeks ago. We all remember the heartwarming moment when Jokic immediately reached out to Doncic, a gesture of friendship and perhaps foresight. What if their bond is more than friendship? What if it's the cornerstone of a future super team ready to rewrite NBA history? Yet, this story is layered with tension and the unknown. Jokic's refusal to ink a 3-year, $200 million extension now means he holds all the cards. If Denver falters next season, the star could decline the $62.8 million player option and enter free agency in 2027, putting the Nuggets in a perilous spot. They might have to consider trading their franchise centerpiece, and that's precisely where the Lakers' strategy reveals its sinister brilliance. Bleacher Report's salary cap expert Eric Pincus suggests the Lakers are banking on this unique friendship to lure Jokic west, with Denver expecting a haul of young Lakers players and prized draft picks in return. The chessboard pieces have fallen into place. Denver revamped its roster this offseason, parting ways with talents like Michael Porter Jr. and a coveted 2032 first-round pick to acquire Cam Johnson, locking in Tim Hardaway Jr., welcoming back Bruce Brown Jr., and bringing in Jonas Valanciunas to bolster the frontcourt supporting Jokic. Every move carefully calibrated to keep championship dreams alive in the mile-high city. Meanwhile, the Lakers have made their own gambits, signing former no-1 draft pick DeAndre Ayton as their starting center, a solid but conspicuously less imposing presence compared to Jokic's transcendent skill set. The Lakers' pursuit of Jokic isn't just a team-building effort. It's a bet on a seismic cultural shift, a signal that they see themselves as a destination for the game's most transformative talent. And the bookmakers seem to agree. By May, Bovada placed the Lakers as the favorite to secure Jokic's signature if he ever chooses to bolt from Denver, giving them odds of plus 310 ahead of the New York Knicks and Boston Celtics. With rivals like the Miami Heat and Clippers trailing far behind, the pressure on the Nuggets is undeniable. After a brutal 7-game second-round series loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, the eventual champions themselves, Jokic spoke with brutal honesty. If we could win, we would. I don't believe in ifs. That raw admission sent a shockwave through Denver's front office. Their summer moves show an urgent response, but the clock is ticking, and the stakes have never been higher. The Nuggets must not only build around Jokic with new pieces, but convince the greatest big man in the game that the future is still bright in Colorado. For the Lakers, it's a tantalizing bet on destiny. Could their patient planning, cap flexibility, and the magnetic pull of a European friendship finally align to deliver a combo the league has only dreamed of? Jokic and Doncic wearing the purple and gold? Or is this merely a mirage, a fever dream that leaves us grasping at shadows while the window slowly closes on this chapter of Lakers basketball? As a lifelong Lakers fan who's endured the haunting sting of heartbreaks and the euphoric roar of championships, I feel this moment in my bones. It's raw. It's teetering on the edge of greatness and disaster. The next year will define more than just seasons lost or won. It could redraw the very map of NBA power and the Lakers' place within it. So, is this the dawn of a dazzling new Lakers empire, forged in the heat of patient ambition and friendship, or the first crack in the foundation of our unraveling? Drop your take in the comments. I'll be reading every one. Listen up, Lakers Nation, this moment isn't about just being hopeful or cautious anymore. It demands every ounce of your heart and every scream of your soul, because what's at stake is nothing less than the resurrection or ruin of our beloved purple and gold legacy. Look, LeBron James is standing on the precipice of history that's bigger than his vintage highlights reel, the stacked trophy case, or even his place in the pantheon of all-time greats. This isn't just another season where he plays hero or mentor. It's the final act of a saga that's been unfolding since he first donned that number 6 jersey. A journey that's caught in tension right now between the fading echoes of Kobe's ghost, the crushing weight of Anthony Davis's persistent injuries, and the uncharted promise of Bronny becoming the torchbearer in a city desperate for a new dawn. Just imagine, the king and the joker, the ultimate synergy. It's like a Shakespearean drama unfolding in real time, fraught with glory and heartbreak. AD, burned with the physical and mental scars of countless playoff battles, suddenly finds himself either as the indispensable co-pilot or the fading lead in a car chasing lightning. And don't sleep on Austin Reeves, whose hustle, grit, and rising star qualities could be the glue that binds this volatile cocktail of raw talent and cosmic ambition. The soul of this team cries out through the stories of these players. This isn't just basketball. It's battle. It's redemption. It's the fight for the Lakers' identity in an era crowded with giants, doubters, and distractions. Now, let's talk power plays in the front office. Because while we're caught dreaming of Jokic and Doncic dancing on the same floor, behind closed doors, the real war rages on. Jeanie Buss, a steady yet fiercely protective steward of the franchise's legacy, holds the reins tightly. But what if the peace is shattered by the emergence of a new billionaire outsider? An outsider whose wealth and ambition could upset decades of carefully balanced loyalties and power dynamics. History has shown us time and again money talks, and with it comes influence that can rewrite destinies. Remember the glitz and drama of the 1980s Showtime Lakers when Jerry Buss transformed the franchise into a dazzling spectacle? Or the early 2000s when Phil Jackson, Kobe, and Shaq formed the near-invincible triangle of dominance? Those eras were fueled not just by talent on the court, but by seismic shifts in leadership, vision, and ambition off it. Now imagine that electricity crackling again. But what if it comes with instability, the kind that can either ignite a championship run or ignite a destructive power struggle behind the scenes? The delicate balance of trust, control, and vision could tip in a heartbeat. The ghost of past turbulence. Remember the turmoil that surrounded the end of the Kobe era, or the pain of the post-2020 bubble fade-out still lingers. A reminder of how quickly euphoria can become agony. And while the Lakers chase superstars, the Western Conference drums with fury. The Warriors, grizzled and relentless, may be old, but they play with a chip honed by multiple dynasties, a dynasty the Lakers have long sought to dismantle. Can we? truly topple the Golden State juggernaut by adding Jokic? Or will this shakeup just fuel a new wave of battles, with the Suns sharpening their claws in the desert and the Clippers, forever shadowed by their insecurities, scheming to snatch the crown amid the chaos? Every move here sends ripples far beyond Los Angeles. The entire landscape braces for a seismic shift, and you feel it in your gut like the roar of the crowd before tip-off. Picture staples filled with chants that ripple through time, as every dribble, pass, and block carries the weight of an entire franchise's hopes and sins. This isn't just a game plan on paper. It's a war plan etched with desperation and hope. Yet, what if it all crumbles? What if Jokic stays loyal to Denver, spurning the siren call of Hollywood lights? What if Doncic, dazzling and defiant, clashes with the Lakers' old guard and the team chemistry fractures before it even starts? What if injuries strike again, this time shattering the fragile wings of a star duo before they can soar? What if, despite all strategic patience and whispered alliances, the Lakers become a cautionary tale of what happens when hope outpaces reality? But now, picture instead, just for one sizzling moment, the dreams coming alive. The king crowned. Once more, fueled by a Joker's incomparable court wizardry and a Doncic who somehow makes the purple and gold look younger, faster, and hungrier than ever before. A team that channels Showtime's flash, but with a modern Warriors grit, turning the West into a battlefield where the Lakers don't merely survive, they reignite, a dynasty with every shield and sword raised high. The streets outside Crypto.com arena buzz with this fever, an electrifying mix of skepticism and pure belief, the kind only Lakers fans know, the kind forged in suffering and celebration, from 17 banners hanging proud to the gut punches of seasons. Loss. This is a franchise that never quits on the impossible. As a Laker till the day I die, here's what I see coming. The next chapter isn't guaranteed greatness. It's a fierce, brutal test of everything this franchise stands for. A crossroads, where hope and heartbreak collide under the glare of a million eyes watching, waiting, yearning. The stakes couldn't be higher, the potential more explosive, and the margin for error paper thin. Now I want to hear it from you. Drop your rawest take below. Every true believer in purple and gold, because this isn't just a fandom, it's a lifeblood, and together we're about to find out if the Lakers will rise or fall in the epic saga still being written with every heartbeat, every buzzer, every whispered deal in the shadows. And if you're still with me, still burning with that same fire that lit the rafters back in '87, or roaring from your couch during that bubble run in 2020, then you know that this moment isn't about stats or spreadsheets, it's about soul. It's about whether this team still believes in its own mythos, whether it still dares to be bigger than the game itself. Because somewhere between the echoes of Chick Hearn and the silhouette of Kobe's final fadeaway, there's a question hanging over this franchise. Do the Lakers still know how to be legendary? Not just relevant, not just flashy, legendary. The kind of team that sets the tempo for the entire league, that makes every free agent dream in purple and gold, that forces ESPN segments and barbershop debates to revolve around LA's next move. That aura doesn't come with the jersey, it's built through resilience, forged in adversity, and reborn every time a broken roster finds its rhythm again. So yes, we've been through it. The botched trades, the coaching merry-go-round, the young stars who blossomed elsewhere. But in that chaos, in that pain, is the seed of rebirth. You want a dynasty? It doesn't start with a blockbuster trade. It starts with belief. It starts with players who bleed for the logo on their chests and fans who refuse to give up even when the lights dim. So tell me now, Lakers Nation, are you still in this fight? Are you still screaming from the cheap seats or whispering from your living room couch, waiting for that first switch to remind you why we never bet against LA? Because this season, whether it ends in confetti or questions, will be defined by our fire. And if we still believe it, the players, the front office, and the fans move as one, then maybe, just maybe, this saga ends not in a whimper, but in a war cry that echoes through every hardwood in the league.